Now, science is not into books or school labs. It's walking, barking, purring, and even playing fetch right inside your home.
Yes, lifelike robotic pets are now real, and they're smarter than ever.
This is truly remarkable. The integration of tradition and innovation here is inspiring.
In today's video, we're meeting the smartest pet robots in the world that could actually replace your furry friend. Robot cat that feels real. Most people love cats, but not everyone can keep a real one. Maybe your landlord says no pets, or you're just too busy to care for one. But now there's a fun way to enjoy the feeling of having a pet without the mess or rules. Meet Petois Nibble, the smart robot cat that actually listens to you. It walks, plays, shows emotions, and even learns new tricks. You can train it using a system called Open Cat, where people share commands and cool ideas. Unlike real cats that ignore you, Nibble does exactly what you say. This tiny robot cat is built like a wooden 3D puzzle filled with smart tech. It has distance sensors, rubber paws, a swinging tail, and even an elastic neck. No screws needed to build it. And once it's fully charged, you get about 1 hour of fun playtime. It may look cute, but it's packed with technology. Plus, it's surprisingly affordable. While most robots cost thousands of dollars, Petois Nibble is usually just $249 online. It's the perfect pet for anyone who loves cats but can't have one. World's biggest flying robot insect. This flying robot looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's real, and it's breaking world records. A German company called Festo created something called the Bionic Opter, inspired by a real dragonfly. It can fly in all directions, hover in one spot, and handle flight conditions that even helicopters struggle with. And it's not just flying around randomly, you can actually control this high-tech bug from your smartphone. What's even crazier is how tiny and light this machine is. The whole thing is only 17.3 inches long with wings that stretch 24.8 inches across. It weighs just 6.17 ounces thanks to its carbon fiber body and ultra-thin materials. Inside, it's packed with smart sensors and advanced controls that make it move just like a real insect. This little dragonfly robot was even given a Guinness World Record for its design, and it shows just how far technology has come. Bionic ants. Get ready for a shock. Robots are learning from ants, and they might take over your job. A German company named Festo has created something wild: bionic ants. These tiny machines made with 3D printing are the size of a human hand and can work together just like real ants. Why ants? Because ants are known for teamwork, sacrifice, and getting things done no matter what. Festo was so inspired by their dedication, they built robot ants that copy everything ants do in nature, but with high-tech precision. Now here's where it gets scary. These bionic ants don't just look like real insects with 6 ceramic legs and sharp pincers. They also act like them. They can talk to each other, plan as a group, and even move big objects by working as a team. Alone, they can't do much, but together, they're powerful. Festo says these robot ants could be the future of how work gets done. And if machines can replace entire teams just by working together like ants, we might all be in trouble. Number 19. Giant crab robot under the sea. It looks like a creature from a sci-fi movie, but it's 100% real. A giant 6-legged robot that walks underwater like a crab has been developed in South Korea. Traditional underwater vehicles often struggle in shallow waters where strong currents push them around, but not this one. It's called the Crabster CR200, and it's built to handle rough waters with ease. So, if you ever spot a massive crab-like robot while swimming near the coast, don't panic. It's not a monster, it's a smart machine created by the Korean Institute of Ocean Science and Technology. This robot weighs around 13-22 pounds and walks on 6 strong legs with 30 joints. It's almost 8 feet long, 8 feet wide, and over 6 feet tall. Its front legs even have claws to grab things underwater. The design was inspired by sea creatures like crabs and fish, giving it the ability to move smoothly against ocean currents. It takes a team of 4 people to control its movements, cameras, and lights, and it can stay underwater for 4 full days. Whether it's exploring deep waters, helping in rescue missions, or studying marine life, this robot is ready to change the game. Mini cheetah robot. Cheetahs are the fastest animals on land, but what if a robot could run like one too? That's exactly what scientists at MIT decided to try. They built a robot called the mini cheetah that runs on 4 legs and can reach a speed of 13 feet per second. But here's the surprising part. They didn't teach it to run by coding it line by line. Instead, they made a digital version of the robot and trained it using computer simulations, thousands of them. These virtual cheetahs were tested on every type of terrain you can think of, from grass to ice, to learn how to run without falling. Now here comes the wild part. After running over 4,000 simulations, they transferred all that learning into the real robot. And even though the real-life mini cheetah doesn't move like a graceful animal, it's super fast and crazy stable, it can run on slippery ice, loose gravel, or even when one leg isn't working properly. It's like giving a robot animal reflexes. Maybe one day they'll build a big version, and who knows, we might ride robot cheetahs to work instead of using cars, right? Robot scorpion from Belgium. Here's something wild from a university in Belgium. A group of smart students from Ghent University built a robot that looks just like a scorpion. And not just any robot. It walks on 6 legs, has 2 big claws, and even a tail. They got the idea from an older robot that looked like an ant and decided to upgrade it into something even cooler. Using 3D printers, laser cutters, and other fancy machines, they made every part from the legs to the stinger. The body was cut from ABS plastic, and even the claws and tail were carefully shaped using heat-formed polystyrene. But here's the part that really stands out. The stinger doesn't hurt. It's just a red marker that leaves a harmless dot instead of a sting. The robot isn't just for show either. It can move in every direction, strike with its tail, wave its claws, and even walk over small obstacles. It's smart enough to respond to what's happening around it. As long as they don't start making giant ones with real stings, I think we're safe for now. Kangaroo robot that jumps like it's alive. This might shock you, but a robot kangaroo exists and it jumps like a real one. A German company called Festo, known for making nature-inspired machines, spent years secretly building this mechanical marvel. They've made robotic dragonflies and butterflies before, but this one is on a whole new level. The bionic kangaroo doesn't just look real. It moves like the real thing too. It can jump just like an actual kangaroo and even store energy from one jump to power the next, using a spring system just like real kangaroo tendons. Now here's where it gets even crazier. This robot weighs only 15.43 ounces and stands about 3.28 feet tall, yet it can leap 1.31 feet high and 2.62 feet forward. And how does it get all that power? It runs on air. The robot carries a tiny compressor and air tank to power its muscle-like parts. It also has lightweight batteries and a smart system that helps it keep balance while jumping. Honestly, if you saw it bouncing around without your glasses, you'd think a real kangaroo had snuck into the lab. Robot snake project. Now here's something that sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie, a robot snake. At first, it might sound useless, like why would anyone need a robot that slithers? But think again. What if a building collapses in an earthquake and people are trapped under the rubble? Instead of risking lives, a robot snake can slip into tight spaces and send back video footage. That's exactly what the robotics team at Carnegie Mellon University is working on. Their robot snake can be controlled from a distance and reach places no human or animal can safely go. But building this high-tech snake isn't easy. Real snakes have flexible bodies with dozens of joints, so scientists are trying to copy that. They're designing different types of joints like universal, angular, and swivel joints that can twist and move just like a real snake's spine. One design, called the JPL Serpentine robot, is already showing promise. And if you're curious, you can even try making a basic version at home with a 3D printer. There are guides online to help you build simple snake bots that move in 1 or 2 directions. Pretty wild, right? Smart dog from the future. It was a tough day when Sony said goodbye to its first robot dog, Aibo, after 11 years of life. But now, Aibo is back, smarter, cuter, and way more advanced. This new version might look friendly and playful, but it's powered by some serious technology. Using artificial intelligence and high-tech mechatronics, Sony built a robot dog that feels almost real. It has tiny motors in its body that help it move like a real pet, wagging its tail, moving its ears, even opening and closing its mouth just like a dog would. Now here's where it gets crazy. Aibo can actually recognize your face. With cameras in its nose and back and smart sensors all over, Aibo learns about its surroundings and adapts to your home. It even has a powerful computer inside, a 64-bit quad-core brain that helps it run everything smoothly. You get about 2 hours of fun before it needs to recharge, but there's one catch. This robotic cutie will cost you around $1,700, plus extra for care and support. Not cheap, but definitely one of the smartest robot pets on the planet. Creepy robot spider that moves like it's alive. This might be the last thing anyone wants crawling around the house, but someone still decided to make it. The T8X robotic spider looks just like a real spider with 8 big creepy legs and smooth, lifelike movements. It's not something you can crush with a shoe or flush away, and if you've got $950 lying around, you can actually buy one. This spider is fully programmable and powered by something called the Bigfoot Robotics engine. It controls 26 little motors, each one helping the spider walk, just like the real thing. Here's the crazy part. It connects through Wi-Fi, and you can control it using your phone, tablet, or even your computer. There's even a web app that lets you change its settings, charge it up, or create your own commands. It might look like high-tech wizardry, but the system is surprisingly easy to use. You can even share your spider's moves with others and throw a bizarre little robot spider party with friends. Creepy, weird, and strangely fun, all packed into one robotic nightmare. Robot jellyfish invention. This might sound straight out of a sci-fi movie, but scientists have actually built a giant robot jellyfish. Back in 2013, engineers at Virginia Tech shocked everyone by showing off a robotic jellyfish that was 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed 170 pounds. It wasn't just for show. This thing was built to help the US Navy with tasks like mapping the ocean floor, watching sea life, and checking the environment. The Navy even gave the researchers $5 million for this project. Before this, in 2012, they had created a tiny version of the jellyfish robot called RoboJelly, which was only as big as a man's hand. What made jellyfish the perfect choice? Well, they use very little energy and come in many shapes and sizes, making them ideal for robot design. The team used this idea to try different versions until they found the best one. The bigger version could carry more, go farther, and stay underwater longer. If these robot jellyfish keep improving, one day they might be doing all the hard and expensive underwater work for us. Robot horse of the future. Kids used to be happy riding wooden rocking horses that didn't even look safe. They were wobbly, hard, and built without much design. But things have changed a lot. In 2021, a company called Xpeng introduced something from the future, a real robot horse. It moves like a real animal thanks to advanced joints and smart technology. With built-in cameras and sensors, it can avoid obstacles, follow things, and react to its environment just like a self-driving car. And yes, it even responds to touch, voice, and shows facial expressions. But here's the twist. It's not as big as you think. This robot horse is actually made for kids, not adults. Xpeng didn't share details about weight or age limits, but the size tells us it's a children's ride for now. Still, with this kind of technology already here, it might not be long before adults get their own robotic ride too. If that happens, car companies better watch out, because robot horses might take the road next. Flying robot bug. This little flying robot isn't just a toy, it's a tiny engineering marvel. A smart French engineer named Edwin van Roombeke first amazed people with his bionic bird, a remote-controlled bird that flapped its wings like a real one. But he didn't stop there. He went even smaller and built something called the Metafly, a robotic insect that looks and moves just like a real bug. It's super light, only 0.35 ounces, with a wingspan of 11.4 inches and a body just 7.5 inches long. It has a special motor with an aluminum heat sink to flap the wings and runs on a small rechargeable battery. You just plug it into the remote for 15 minutes and you're ready to fly. Once it's in the air, the Metafly can zoom around at 11 miles per hour and stay connected to your remote even from 328 feet away. One charge gives you around 8 minutes of flight, and with a separate power bank, you can fly it about 20 more times before needing a full recharge. It may look delicate, but don't worry. It's built with strong materials like cotton fiber and liquid crystal polymer to survive crashes. This tiny flyer is not just fun, it's a piece of future tech in the shape of a bug. Salamander robot that moves like the real thing. This robot doesn't just look cool, it's a real breakthrough in science. A team of researchers in Switzerland built a robot that walks, swims, and crawls just like a real salamander. But why would anyone do that? They wanted to understand how animals with backbones like humans evolved. So they created a robot called the purr, designed to copy the movements of a real salamander. It even has fake bones, joints, and an electronic nervous system. Watching it move feels like seeing a real creature in action, thanks to the hard work of the scientists at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology. To make this robot move like the real thing, the team first had to study real salamanders. They used X-ray videos from different angles to learn how salamanders walk and swim. Real salamanders have 40 backbones, but the robot version uses just 11 segments and 27 motors. The team said copying how animals move is super complicated, but with tools like 3D printing and modern scanning technology, they're getting really close. It's not just a cool robot, it's a step toward unlocking the secrets of evolution. Robot octopus. This might sound wild, but scientists tried to build a robot like an octopus. Now, that's no easy task because an octopus has 8 arms and 9 brains, 1 main brain and a smaller one in each arm. That means every limb moves on its own, making it super hard to copy. But researchers at the Biorobotics Institute in Italy gave it a shot. They studied the real octopus closely and created a soft robot with 8 flexible arms and a smart center to control it all. The robot can actually move through water just like a real octopus. Its front arms can stretch and grab things while the rest help it walk underwater. It has almost the same balance in water as a real octopus, which is pretty impressive. Thanks to its soft body and cone shape, it can handle all kinds of surfaces and even pick up objects of different sizes. Nobody's sure why we need a robot octopus yet, but one thing's for sure, it looks awesome swimming around like the real deal. Robotic birds. These birds aren't alive, but they fly just like the real ones. A German company named Festo has created something truly amazing. They're called bionic swifts, and they move so smoothly through the air that most people can't even tell they're robots. Inspired by real birds, engineers studied how birds fly for years and used that knowledge to build these robotic flyers. Now Festo has built a whole fleet of them, hoping they can be used in places like factories to track items, avoid delays, and make work faster and smarter. These flying robots are packed with clever technology. Each bird weighs only 1.5 ounces, with a wingspan close to 27 inches. They don't have feathers like real birds, but use soft foam and carbon quills that look and act just like them. Inside, they're loaded with motors, gears, batteries, and circuit boards that let them fly with perfect balance and control. These creations aren't just for show. They could soon help companies work faster, smarter, and maybe even fill our skies with flocks of flying machines. Robotic fish. This might sound crazy, but scientists have built a soft robot fish that swims just like a real one. Many sea creatures live so deep and far in the ocean that we've never even seen them. In fact, more than 80% of the ocean is still unexplored. But a new invention called SoFi might finally help us discover those hidden secrets underwater. This robotic fish was created to swim alongside real fish without scaring them away, and it's already been tested in the deep waters of Fiji. Here's what's amazing. SoFi swam 50 feet deep for around 40 minutes and handled the strong water currents like a pro. It even took clear photos and videos with a fisheye lens. Robert Catchman, the lead scientist from MIT, says SoFi is the first robot fish that can swim freely without any wires for a long time. This means we might soon be able to explore ocean life up close in ways humans never could before. Number 8. Manta robot swims like a real fish. Ever seen a manta ray glide through the ocean? It's like watching a flying carpet underwater, smooth, silent, and powerful. That's exactly what inspired scientists at the National University of Singapore to copy nature's design. Professors Cho Chi Mung and Yukun Singh were fascinated by how manta rays moved their big side fins to swim through strong waves. So they spent years studying this motion and decided to build something new, a robot that could swim just like a manta ray. And that's how the manta ray was born. This amazing little robot may look simple, but it's a serious piece of underwater tech. It's just 13.77 inches long, 24.8 inches wide, and weighs only 1.54 pounds. But don't let that fool you. It can swim at 2.29 feet per second for a full 10 hours. With its flat body, smooth fins made of soft plastic, and tiny motors on each side, it moves just like the real creature. After 8 years of hard work, the team finally completed it and now plans to test it in actual ocean conditions to help study marine life and watch underwater environments. Robot dog that can carry your bags. Having a real dog sounds fun, but it's not always easy. Dogs need time, energy, space, and a lot of money too. If you live in a rented place, Your landlord might not even allow pets. But guess what? There's one dog no landlord can say no to, a robot dog called Big Dog. This incredible machine was built to walk, run, and even carry heavy bags. Soldiers actually use it as a robot mule. It can carry up to 340 pounds through snow, ice, water, rubble, and even mud. It climbs steep slopes and can move as fast as 7 miles per hour. Big Dog was created by Boston Dynamics back in 1995 and kept improving for years. In 2011, they announced an even more powerful version called Alpha Dog. It stands over 49 inches tall and looks like something from a sci-fi movie. You don't need to feed it, train it, or take it on walks. It just helps you out. So if you're not ready for a real pet or simply want a futuristic friend, this robot might be just what you need. Number 14, Shark Robot Unleashed. More than half of Americans are deeply scared of sharks, and nearly 4 out of 10 say they won't even swim in the ocean because of them. Now imagine this, real sharks already terrify people, but someone actually went ahead and built a robot shark. Yes, a Chinese company called Boyagongdao Robot Technology created a machine that looks and swims just like a real shark. It's called the Robo Shark, and it's not just for show. This thing can move super fast underwater and carry heavy equipment, and it's packed with high-tech stealth features. The Robo Shark isn't just a toy, it's built for military use. It can do secret spy missions, search for important objects deep in the sea, and even chase down underwater targets with serious speed. The company revealed this high-tech predator at a big ocean tech event in China back in 2019, and it was one of many robot animals on display. While some people dream of swimming with dolphins, others are now creating robotic sharks for underwater warfare. These robotic pets aren't just cool, they're changing the future of companionship. Which one would you bring home? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss more amazing tech like this.